Now, the COVID situation has been a factor, and I saw a couple of tweets from Peter King, and I think he's accurate. I mean, I've gotten numb to it already because there isn't a damn thing we can do about it. But it really is undermining the integrity of the game.
No doubt.
How can we say it's not? With that many guys who aren't available and no practical reality other than keeping your head down and playing the games, how does that not undermine the integrity of what we're seeing? When the Saints have more than 20 guys who aren't available, when they're down to Ian Book, a guy they didn't want to put on the field at all this year under any circumstances, how does that not affect the integrity of the game?
It's a great question.
But what could they have done? What could they have done?
Right.
What could they have done? Cancel the game? Play it Tuesday? Play it Wednesday?
No.
You can't play. You play it Wednesday and you have the Dolphins and the Saints turn around and play the following Sunday? That doesn't work either. There's no good solution. And let's not forget, this is a business. They can talk about integrity of the game all they want. They want to play their games. That was the decision made a week and a half ago when they revamped the protocols. We want to create a scenario where the games get played, and the owners get paid, and the players get paid, and the games get played. That's what they wanted, and that's what they're getting. And, hey, if some of the games suck because of it, oh, well, we still played the games.
Well, yeah, yes. And, again, I guess there's a part of me that I don't feel sorry for some of these teams. Again, we knew the other opponent in the arena the whole year. We knew this could come about. And again, we've all taken it lightly, me, myself included. I'm not trying to sit here and be on a high horse, but the reality is vaccinations, all that, great. We still came into the season going, COVID's not done yet. We know it's still here. It's here to stay. And there's going to be some issues. So, I think everybody got relaxed as kind of the year went on. And now, between the holidays and everything, we're seeing the repercussions of that. There's no doubt. And it is, you're right, it is kind of affected the integrity of the sport. I just, again, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed, to like you said, the teams that deserve to get in, and it doesn't affect the playoffs to where we have some Super Bowl matchup where some team that doesn't deserve to be there is there because of COVID. That would not be cool. But I think you're right, Mike. What can you do? This is what it is right now.
Just 9 days ago, the Saints looked like a team that deserved to be in the NFC field after shutting out the Buccaneers. They almost got shut out last night because, in part, of their COVID absences. Here's Sean Payton, the coach of the team, talking about the play of rookie quarterback Ian Book and the depleted roster that had to go on Monday night.
Look, in fairness to Ian, it's impossible to evaluate his play. Just keeping him upright tonight was a challenge. And I'm sure there's some plays that, we'll look at, and he'll look at. The first interception, was a throw he'll want back, but it's a tough position for him to be in. We had two players today getting fitted for equipment in the locker room, in the equipment room that had just arrived. I think we have a good idea of what this team's capable of doing. Hopefully we can get some guys back here this week and be ready to go for next week's game.
And, that's all you can really do at this point. And we have seen some teams overcome COVID-related absences. We have seen it happen. But I think they reached the critical mass. Look at that. 0 for 12 on third down conversions, minus 2 yards in the first quarter. The 8 sacks we've talked about, the 3 total points. That is not Saints offense, but that is what happens when you have that many Saints players who aren't available to play, Chris. And, well, there have been some. My theory on the current state of the pandemic for the NFL is very simple. I think that they are just letting it wash through the facilities right now because the overwhelming majority of the positives they claim are guys who are symptomatic. Well, 2 weeks ago, the overwhelming majority of positives were guys who didn't have symptoms. So if there are that many guys, and there were 96 positives yesterday, if there are that many guys who have symptoms and that's how we're finding out they're positive, that tells me that pretty much everybody else has it and they're asymptomatic. So maybe in a weird sort of way, they're going to have accelerated herd immunity, and these teams are just going to be fine and not have to deal with it when we get to the playoffs. Now, for the teams that haven't gone through it yet, there's an argument to be made. Let's go ahead and go through it now. Let's let it wash through now so it doesn't wash through right before the divisional round game or the conference championship or, God forbid, the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, maybe that is what's happening. Be interesting to see. It will. It's crazy. I thought we were out of the spot where we wouldn't have like a day like yesterday where we'd go, what? It's the most, positive COVID results we've had in one day, right? Since it started by far. And I wouldn't have thought, here we are a few days from 2022, we would be having that. But yeah, again, this is back to where we are. And teams are going to have to do their best to kind of control this thing. Certainly. The Dolphins, to this point, right, Mike? I'm just trying to think. They seem like they've been able to dodge the bullet with this conversation to a degree. Yeah, the Saints couldn't, and they played the wrong opponent too. A team that was healthy, hot, on fire, and I don't care, COVID or not. We know this Saints offense is not great. This was going to be a tough offensive night, no matter who was out there. It's not the Drew Brees Saints offense, but yes, with some of the COVID issues, that just compounded more of the issues against the defense that, again, I know has gotten lucky a little bit with some of the quarterbacks they played and all of that too. They can't write the schedule, but I also will tell you, hey, they gave Josh Allen a lot of issues before this win streak started too. It's a real top-notch defense. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And the Saints, with those players missing and the way they are on offense, it just was too much to overcome.
Which game did they give Josh Allen issues in? The 35-0 game or the 26-11 game?
The 26-11 game that was 3-3, and they were in field goal position with no time left. And that one, that's the one. Right. And if you went back and watched the 35-10 game or 38-0 game, it wasn't all that great either. It was the Bills' defense messing up, and that was the game Tua got hurt, where they caused a lot of issues. They had moments, but now they've put it together as a team. And I think that's where, they figured out exactly how they want to play it on defense and offense, and that's where, they become a real juggernaut here in the AFC.
We know they can beat the Patriots. We know the Patriots historically, for whatever reason, struggle when they go to Miami. Yeah. So Week 18 is hardly a sure thing for New England.
No.
The game on Sunday, one of the best games of the weekend. I say that without even having the schedule in front of me for Week 17, although I know there are some other great games. Miami at Tennessee has the potential to be a very, very good game, an impactful game for both teams. And if Miami wins that one, then they have to be taken seriously.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.